Just ahead on KSEE Sunrise, federal agents are zeroing in on how the Boston Marathon bombing was carried out.
Plus, several gun control measures go up for vote today on Capitol Hill. Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 17th. I'm Faith Sidlow.
And I'm Karina Corral. Good morning, everyone. And here's what's to come in the next 30 minutes of KSEE Sunrise. Matt is live at Fresno Fire Station 3, also known as The Rock. We'll check in with him in just a moment. Yes, he's finally made it into the gear.
It only took an hour. But first, let's go to Pamela. She's watching what's trending this morning.
Hey, good morning. I was just checking out some tweets. Actually, the Fresno Fire Department just tweeted out a picture of Matt Ottstad, so it's pretty fun. We're having fun with that this morning. Plus, I'll have some other things trending on Twitter to share with you coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Pamela. And now let's go to the man of the hour, Matt Ottstad in...
Hey, Faith, it's bad enough I get it from Karina. Don't you start.
You know, she's contagious, Matt. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself.
You know, every rookie firefighter has to get all dressed up like this in 2 minutes or less. Took me an hour. But that's okay, because you know what I get to do now? See this? This is what? This is truck 4? On the 100-foot ladder. Guess who gets to climb this?
Oh, my gosh,
And
Matt.
you want to know what's even better? I've taken a picture. George has got his gear on, too. He's going to get in this. Up at the top, we're going to film me from the top climbing. So that means George has to be in this. George. Show him what you look like, George. Show him what you look like. See, that's a photo of George.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So real quick, let's also give you the current temperature because we're all bundled up. It's a little chilly here in downtown Fresno. Current temperatures are as follows on the outside. A little bit of a breeze too. Some patchy areas of frost on the east side of the valley this morning. So ladies, when we come back, we're reaching new heights for weather and fun with our friends at the Fresno Fire Department. Do not go away.
You know, Matt, I have to tell you that Karina and I were just discussing as you were talking how really great the firefighters all are here in the valley. And tell them thank you for us.
You got it.
Yes, this should be fun. All right, thanks, guys. Let's head on out to Rob now for check the traffic.
And we do have an accident right now, unfortunately, to watch out for. Southbound 41 Central, big rig in a car involved in an accident. There's unfortunately some minor injuries. Of course, paramedics, fire department, of course, helping out when the accidents happen. So, of course, thank them for that. And, of course, be careful out there. We do have a nice drive through Fresno and Clovis. You can see the freeway is looking good. 41, 99, 168, all moving along fine. Here's a shot of traffic at 168 in Shields. You can see things moving along not too bad as you make your way down towards the 180 transition. North Valley Drive looks great. 9 through Madera, Chowchilla, and Merced looking good. And 152 over towards Los Banos is moving along fine as well. That's a look at you from Faith and Karina. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rob. KSEE Sunrise time now 3 minutes after 6. Investigators continue to process a 12-block crime scene in Boston following Monday's terror attack.
The FBI has released photos of debris from one of the bombs used. Authorities say the bombs were made from kitchen pressure cookers packed with gunpowder, nails, and ball bearings. Investigators also say they were likely carried in black nylon bags. 3 people were killed in the attack and more than 170 injured. More than 70 people are still recovering in local hospitals.
Meantime, people gathered to honor the 3 victims. Hundreds of friends and neighbors turned out for a candlelight vigil to mourn 8-year-old Martin Richard. His mother and sister are still recovering in the hospital, and hundreds gathered on Boston Common to remember another victim, 29-year-old Crystal Campbell. Officials have not yet identified the 3rd victim. Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims is warning people about possible scams related to the Boston bombings. She says anytime there's a tragedy, fake charities spring up to try to get your money.
Anytime that you get a tweet or you log on to a social media site and it just looks like it's something brand new, something made up, something that doesn't sound familiar to you, beware of that.
Mims says you should donate to charities that have a history of helping people in need, such as the American Red Cross.
Fresno police are looking for a suspect who they say robbed an auto parts store twice. On Sunday, a man walked into the AutoZone on Blackstone near Clinton and posed as a customer. Police say he then took out a gun and demanded money. Investigators say the same suspect robbed the store back on February 20th. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 498-STOP. 4 teens who were arrested in Las Vegas last week are back in Tulare County. The boys, ages 13 to 17, were arrested in connection to a kidnapping and carjacking in Exeter on April 4th. Tulare County Sheriff deputies say the 4 teens carjacked the victim at gunpoint and then tied her up. The Fresno Bee reports the teens are now in the Tulare County Juvenile Detention Facility.
Visalia police say they've arrested a man who stole handguns from a gun shop. On March 26th, someone stole 2 guns from Easley's gun shop on West Goshen. Yesterday, police arrested 34-year-old Frankie Avena in connection to that theft. Officers say Avena was driving on a suspended license, and he also had a Tech-9 assault pistol. He faces a variety of charges. 2 of the Fresno State students charged in the death of a fraternity pledge made an appearance in court. Daniel Baker and Aaron Ramo pleaded not guilty yesterday. The 2 are accused of the hazing death of 18-year-old Philip Danens. Danens died of acute alcohol poisoning in September last year. Authorities say he was forced to drink heavy amounts of alcohol during a fraternity initiation. Both men will be back in court April 29th.
On Capitol Hill, it is a critical day on gun control. A bipartisan effort to expand background checks to gun shows and internet sales is up for vote this afternoon. The compromise needs 60 votes to pass, but it looks like it may come up a few votes short. Now, other votes on an assault weapons ban and limiting high-capacity magazines also will likely not pass. Investigators are trying to figure out who sent a letter laced with deadly poison to a Mississippi senator. The envelope tested positive for ricin. The envelope was intercepted yesterday at a mail facility in Landover, Maryland. No one was exposed to the substance.
An American diplomat killed in Afghanistan will be laid to rest today. 25-year-old Ann Smedinghoff was one of 5 Americans killed in a suicide bombing on April 6th. The funeral for Smedinghoff will be held in her hometown in Illinois, where ribbons and American flags are displayed in her honor. This afternoon, President Obama welcomes wounded warrior cyclists to the White House. It's the 7th annual Soldier Ride on the South Lawn, and the event helps to raise awareness of service members battling injuries sustained during their military service. 7 minutes after 6 now, still ahead, music will be in abundance at this year's Vintage Days at Fresno State.
Yeah, well-known Valley Band will take the stage, and you have the chance to rock the crowd as well.
And we're going to check back in with Matt. Oh my goodness, at Fire Station 3 in Fresno, they are putting Matt and George to work way above Fresno.
Wow.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war, you could talk the guy, go banging on his door, you can throw your hands up.
Good morning, I'm Melissa and this is Jamie. We're with Mystique Medical Spa in Fresno. Welcome back to KSEE Sunrise.
Can't tell, was that Matt or was that
That's Matt
George?
getting a little treatment
Little
done.
toning. Just in time for the big workout on the big ladder. So, Matt, take it away.
Oh my gosh, look at that view. If you're not looking at the screen, come take a look at this.
What a difference a day makes, ladies.
How many feet? How many feet is that?
It's 100 feet.
Wow.
George is at the top of the 100-foot tower. This is truck 4. We are at Fresno Fire Station 3. And every rookie, Kobe, has to climb this.
Everyone.
Every single rookie.
Yep.
Is this timed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. How much time do I have? Can I talk to you tomorrow?
You got less than 2 minutes. Right?
Less than 2 minutes. All right, well, then no time like the present. So, ladies, I'm going to do something I've never done before. As I have started to scale a 100-foot ladder, I am not only going to walk and talk and chew gum at the same time, I'm going to try to attempt. How we do? Oh, boy, not even close. Don't pull a rope. They're tugging on the rope as if to say, keep going, rookie. But yes, the brave men and women of the Fresno Fire Department, in order to qualify to be a firefighter, this is something they have to do. Wow, that's impressive. Oh, and they told me don't look down. I just looked down. I shouldn't have looked down. Let's put up that 7-day forecast. Whew. Are we there yet? How come they don't have an escalator or something similar to do this? All right, that 7-day forecast. Breezy today. and I'm climbing a 100-foot ladder in the wind. Frosty conditions, warming into your weekend. Keep in mind, you want great behind-the-scenes photos. You want to follow all that is weather and fun. You must log on to our Facebook page, Matt Ottstad, KSEE24, or follow us on Twitter, @Matt Ottstad. Oh boy, am I there yet? Not even close. All right, so, ladies, I don't know if you can tell by the huffing and puffing. With all this gear on, this is not easy to do. Oh boy. Feel free to comment if you'd like.
You know what, actually,
Yeah.
Matt, I thought that for the first, 20 rungs of that ladder, you were doing pretty well and not huffing and puffing at all.
And I was wondering, what's taking him so long? But I forgot you had all that gear on, and it is very heavy, so that is difficult to do. And the weather.
I'm gonna make it. Just give me a minute.
George,
Check back later.
It looks like,
help
only
your
10
friend
more
out.
to go? How
Yeah,
many
come
more
on,
do
you
you
can
have?
do it. Let's go, rookie, come on, cheer him on. Get up that ladder.
There he is.
There you go.
Come on, rookie.
He made it. Bravo, Matt.
More
Bravo.
weather and fun after the break.
Now he's
I
gonna
can't
slide
tell,
all the way
because
down.
sometimes he fakes it, but I don't think he's faking it.
I think he's pretty tired, and he's a pretty fit guy
Yeah,
too.
he
so
is.
you
He's
know
a runner.
That's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
I wonder how fast it was, or how long it took
That
George
took
to get up there.
Well, this is how George went. Just like that, right? Okay.
Nice job, Matt. And did the weather.
Yeah, not bad.
That firefighters. Vintage Days at Fresno State takes place this weekend.
In addition to all the usual fun, KSEE24 kicks off our 2013 concert series Saturday with live music from 40 Watt Hype. Contestants in the Central Valley's top talent competition will perform as well. It all happens Saturday from 2 to 5 at Fresno State. And I'm going to be out there this weekend on Saturday. It's going to be fun. I wish that you would be able to join me out there. It's a good time.
I know, we'll be having some fun.
Yeah. Next year.
Next year.
Yes. All right, still to come, Pamela's going to give us a look at what's trending on the web.
And an entire South Dakota town is in on the surprise as a Navy mom returns home.
Plus, Rob will give us a look at what's happening on Valley Roads this morning. Morning, Rob.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off.
I want two.
Welcome back. KSEE Sunrise, your time right now, 6:18.
Yeah, we have more of that wind that we've been experiencing the past few days. 72 degrees the high today. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 20 miles an hour. Mostly sunny skies.
All right, Rob, how's it looking out on the roadways this morning?
Good and bad, depending on where you are. Right now, South Side looks good. You can see no problems on 99 up through Kingsburg from Tulare. Also, 198 looking pretty good as well. Not too bad as you make your way to Hanford and Lemoore. In fact, even looking at the freeways there in 99 and 198, you see traffic moving along fine both directions, northbound and southbound. We do have an accident to watch out for. It's going to be southbound 41 at Central. A big rig and a vehicle involved in an accident there with some minor injuries, so watch out. Another wreck looking a little further to the north. It's going to be northbound 99 at Golden State. A couple cars there blocking the right lane, so crews on scene taking care of things. Watch out for that, though. That's like your commute. Faith and Karina, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Rob. It was a special moment created by a small community in South Dakota.
Kara Mays with the U.S. Navy. She surprised her 10-year-old son, Zach, during a school assembly. They had not seen each other since May because she's been serving on a destroyer. Well, the entire town of 500 people was in on the secret, and nobody spilled the beans. Mays will now be stationed in Mississippi, where she'll spend plenty of time with Zach. I love that.
Good
Whole town.
story. Yeah, that's great. Pamela is here once again with more of what's trending.
And tweets continue about the Boston Marathon tragedy this morning.
There have been a lot of posts on Twitter, and a lot of people have moved away from using the hashtags Boston Marathon and Pray for Boston to Boston Strong. A couple of them that I retweeted this morning. The Boston Police Department tweeted out, during a shift change, a BPD supervisor told officers, when you get home tonight, hug your kids once and then hug them again. That's an order. The mayor of Boston, Tom Menino, tweeted out, we are Boston, we are one community, we will not let terror win. Something interesting that people have been doing yesterday, a lot of folks put on their running t-shirts, and I like this. These are folks out in Visalia, and Gabby Rodriguez posted this photo. They have little badges, like little what racers wear, that say 4:15:13 and Boston on there, and I really appreciate you sending in that photo. Here's another one of some little cuties in Visalia that also were showing their support for Boston. You can find me on Facebook or Twitter. My Twitter handle is @PamelaPrado24. And don't forget, tomorrow is Throwback Thursday. If you have an old school photo you want me to share on the air, we love the ones that embarrass other people. Hey, as long as it's your spouse and maybe they know about it, you can post it on my page sometime today. Well, every day we pick a fan of the day from all of the fans on the KC24 News Facebook page. Today, it's Joanne Hemby. For being the fan of the day, you get 4 Carl's Jr. Jim Beam Bourbon Burgers. Stop by the KC24 studios between 9 and 5 Monday through Friday to pick up those certificates. Facebook is bringing chat heads to Apple apps. iPhone and iPad users will have to stay within Facebook to use it, unlike the Android app. It's called Chat Heads because a friend's profile picture pops up when they send a message to you. Well, Ozzy Osbourne took to Facebook to clear up some divorce rumors. On his page, he wrote that he has been doing drugs, drinking the past year and a half, but that he has been sober for 44 days. He said, to set the record straight, Cher and I are not divorcing. I'm trying to be a better person. And then he goes on to apologize to his wife, his family, and his friends. And we're seeing a lot more of this, Faith and Karina. I don't know if you've noticed, but people taking to Facebook to just address those rumors that are out there on the internet.
It's finally giving them some sort of outlet, because it seems like they've had to just sit back and take it unless they wanted to go in front of the camera. And this is just a way for them to say, listen, it's not true. Good for them. Thanks, Pamela. KC Sunrise time right now, 6:22. Still ahead, we'll check your extended forecast.
Plus, how Valley students are learning all about how food goes from farm to fork.
Good morning, I'm Natalie Morales from the Today Show, and you're watching KC Sunrise, the best morning show in town.
Welcome back to KC Sunrise, 625.
And a high of 72 out there today. Still windy, and then it seems to clear up by tomorrow, bringing us 78 degrees and then 80s by Friday, 86, 87 over the weekend, high 80s by next week.
California students are getting a head start on being restaurant owners.
It is all thanks to Farm to Fork classes. They learn about agriculture, food, and what it takes to run a business. The inaugural Farm to Fork Festival will take place September 28th in Sacramento. A 90-minute documentary on the Armenian genocide will air on Valley PBS this week.
It's called Orphans of the Genocide. It's about the young children left parentless after a series of mass killings of Armenians by the Ottoman Turks from 1894 to 1918. Filmmaker Baron Maronian spent 3 years researching the topic. Last night, invited guests saw a special screening of segments from the documentary.
He was named after President Lincoln. They set up orphanages, 212 orphanages for 200,000 orphans. So the number immediately before me got up, went up from 138,000 to 200,000. So honestly, nobody knows.
Of the Genocide will air Thursday night at 7 on Valley PBS Channel 18. And now here's a look at the Chukchansi Gold Valley Camp from Bass Lake Water Sports. It's 6:27. Just ahead on KC Sunrise, an early morning fire destroyed a 2-story home in southeast Fresno.
Plus, the victims in Monday's Boston Marathon bombing were remembered by people attending candlelight vigils. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, April 17th. I'm Karina Corral.
And I'm Faith Sidlow. Welcome to KSEE Sunrise. Here's what's ahead on KSEE Sunrise this morning. We have Matt playing, well, he's playing with fire and fire crew at Station 3 in Fresno. We will check in with all of them in just a minute.
And safely back on the ground, we might add. First, let's go to Pamela with the check of what's trending on the web this morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, there was a moving tribute to Boston Red Sox fans, the people of Boston. It took place at baseball fields across the country, and we'll have some video of that coming up in just a bit.
Very good. Thanks so much, Pamela. Okay, let's toss it over to Matt. So far, we haven't played with fire yet, although you have been teasing us with that.
But we're going to. Ladies, let me just catch you up. For those who don't know, we're at Fire Station 3. They call this place the Rock. It's been in downtown Fresno. That fire burn tower has been educating and training members of the Fresno Fire Department for over 100 years. And coming up this half hour, they're going to light this little white car on fire. I'm going to do a little fire training as well. We've been 100 feet in the air. Now we're back on the ground to burn stuff. Yes, but we're also here to talk to you about your current temperatures on the outside. This is the number in Fresno and Clovis. It's a little cool out here this morning. Thank goodness we've got so much fire gear on. Maybe even some areas of patchy frost on the eastern side of the valley this morning. So ladies, when we come back, fire meets car, and rookie firefighter Otstad comes to the rescue. We hope. So stay tuned. This should be fun.
Should be good. George, stand back.
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to melt that camera,
No.
right? All right, let's toss it over to Rob now, and it's been a pretty good commute this morning.
It's been steady. We've had a few wrecks to talk about most of the morning, but luckily the freeway's been pretty good. Accident working for you northbound 99. It's actually between Clinton and Ashland. It's off to the right shoulder now. Was blocking the right lane, but everything is pushed off, so traffic's getting by fine through there. CHP's on scene. Another accident wrapping up hopefully soon. Southbound 41 near Central. That was a minor injury accident involving a big rig and a vehicle. But freeways, again, still moving along fine. No big issues for you. 41, 168. Here's 41 in Bullard. Southbound traffic coming towards you. Northbound heading away. No slowdowns at all. And it looks good through the north end of the valley as well. No problems on 99 all the way through Madera up to Chowchilla and Merced, and then 152 over towards Los Banos. That's traffic. Faith and Karina, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Rob. 3 people lost their home in an early morning fire in southeast Fresno.
It started just after midnight at Maple and Tulare. Fire officials say one of the residents heard the noise caused by the flames and was able to get everyone else out safely. Investigators say the fire started on the 2nd floor of the home or in the attic. A body found in a southeast Fresno backyard may provide some answers in a missing persons case. Police found the body in the backyard of a home near Deering and Tulare Streets. It could be related to a cold case from 2009. Police say they received a tip that a teenager who went missing 4 years ago might be buried there. It will be a few days before an identification and cause of death can be determined.
A Fresno animal shelter has been damaged by a suspect fleeing from police. Yesterday morning, police say they arrested 36-year-old Dale Irvin after he led them on a chase in a stolen pickup. The chase went through a neighborhood where the Valley Animal Shelter is under construction. Shelter officials say the suspect did about $100,000 damage as he plowed through the site. The damage has caused the opening of the shelter to be delayed. Authorities are looking for a man suspected in several Fresno robberies. 2 weeks ago, a gunman robbed the Buggy Clean Union 76, and last Friday, police say the same suspect robbed the Taco San Lorenzo on Ashland and West. If you have information on either of these robberies, call Crime Stoppers at 498-STOP. Investigators continue to process a 12-block crime scene in Boston following Monday's terror attack.
The FBI has released photos of debris from one of the bombs used. Authorities say the bombs were made from kitchen pressure cookers packed with gunpowder, nails, and ball bearings. Investigators also say they were likely carried in black nylon bags. 3 people were killed in the attack and now more than 170 injured. More than 70 people are still recovering in local hospitals.
Meantime, people gather to honor the 3 victims. Hundreds of friends and neighbors turned out for a candlelight vigil to mourn 8-year-old Martin Richard. His mother and sister are still recovering in the hospital, and hundreds gathered on Boston Common to remember another victim, 29-year-old Crystal Campbell. Officials have not yet identified the third victim.
We do now have information on that third victim. It's been released that she was a Boston University graduate student from China. The woman had gone to the finish line to watch the race with 2 of her friends. Well, runners who competed in Monday's Boston Marathon were awarded finishers' medals.
I ran 22 miles thinking about the minute when I was going to come down the street and get this medal. And it's like, this is not how I wanted it, but it's around my neck and I was a part of this day.
This used to be, usually...
For many runners, the medal symbolizes all their hard work during training. Race organizers honored all marathon runners with the coveted memento yesterday, even those who were not able to finish the race because of the tragedy.
Security will be stepped up for the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil as a result of the Boston bombings. FIFA's Secretary General says World Cup security will include Secret Service agents, police officers, the military, and Interpol. A perimeter will be set up around stadiums, and a satellite will offer surveillance of the entire country. Former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's funeral was held today in London. 2,300 invited guests from around the world attended the funeral. Thatcher, nicknamed the Iron Lady, died of a stroke last Monday at the age of 87.
Your KC Sunrise time right now is 6:37. Still ahead, the first part of our 2-week family-focused series.
We're going to tell you why a Valley teen turned to drugs and gangs and how he's now working to turn his life around.
Plus, it's weather, fun, and firefighting on this Wednesday morning. Matt is live at The Rock, also known as Fire Station 3 in Fresno.
I can show you what you want to see and take you where you want to be.
Good morning, we're the staff at Mystique Medical Spa here in Fresno.
Welcome back to KC Sunrise.
It's like you're staring back at me.
Is that a needle? Hey, good morning, everyone. That'll get your eyebrows raising this morning.
Ow! All right. Well, some people like it, right?
Yeah,
okay.
well, it works.
Okay, so let's go to Matt for a check of weather.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Luke.
Matt, I got to tell you something. There's something burning behind you. Don't look now. Don't. I said don't look.
You said don't look. Well, this is part of the reason we're here at Fire Station 3. Hanging out with the Fresno Fire Department. These guys promised me a hot time, and boy, did they deliver. Here's what's going to happen. This is all part of the firefighter training, and it's important to stress, do not try this at home. These are professionals. This is their job. They let this was a Buick, I believe, and yours truly is going to get to put it out here in just a second. So real quick, let's do that 7-day forecast. Put it up right now, and then we're going to have a little fun with the fire department. A little breezy today, so control your burn on the outside, folks. A little frosty this morning as well. Warming heading into the weekend. So much so they'll be flirting with the 90s by the time Saturday and Sunday rolls around. Real quickly, you took some great behind-the-scenes photos. You want a link to the great men and women of the Fresno Fire Department? Do so on my Facebook page, Matt Otstad, KSEE24, or follow us on Twitter, at Matt Otstad. Luke. There you go. So, ladies, if you will excuse me, George, I'm going to hand you the microphone, and then I'm going to go to work. So if you'll excuse me, rookie firefighter Otstad reporting for duty.
All right, let's see. Team in action.
Oh, pretty good. I was honestly, Karina, I was a little worried that car was going to explode because, I mean, that happens sometimes when cars burn, right? Uh-oh, where did he go? Matt is in there somewhere, but we can assure you he's okay, right?
Getting the fire out. There you go.
Nice job, Matt. Give us a thumbs up if you're okay. All right. Phew. Good.
George.
George, on the other hand.
That was really fun, and I didn't burn the microphone either. Our thanks to the Fresno Fire Department, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very cool. The firefighters there, they know how to do it. They know how to put on a show.
Yes, they do.
All
Fantastic. Right. I hope that wasn't your car, Matt. I just thought about that.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Okay. How's George getting home?
Yeah. No, a lot of people, though, they donate things to the fire department, houses, cars, just so that they can do that.
Absolutely.
All right, KSEE24 has partnered with First 5 Fresno County for a 2-week family-focused series. We'll highlight kids whose upbringing led them down a self-destructive path.
We hope to show you why investing in kids early can help stave off a lifelong dependency on the government and your tax dollars. And our first story focuses on 19-year-old Ollie Martin. He emotionally described to me how a lack of parental involvement led him to a life of drugs and gangs and eventually incarceration. You'll also see how he is working to turn his life around. It's fair to say Ollie Martin wasn't given the best start in life.
Because my dad had got out of prison when I had turned 14, and then that's when I started acting up because it didn't really seem like he was in my life too much after that, even though he wasn't incarcerated.
Taking after his father, this soft-spoken teen got involved in gangs and drugs. He ended up in juvenile hall and then county jail. From there, he became the state's and Fresno County's responsibility.
And welcome everyone.
Judge Kim Gabe presides over Fresno County juvenile court cases. The majority of kids who come through her courtroom are not all that different from Ollie.
Many of us in life are very fortunate to be where we are because we have had strong families and mentors and adults in our life that helped us get where we are. And a lot of these kids don't have that and don't know where to turn.
After they've made their way through the court system, kids often turn to volunteer-based programs like Focus Forward, where they try to get their lives back on track.
Mentoring is one of the strongest programs to help these youth from being dependent on the system for the rest of their lives.
Focus Forward is a nonprofit that serves young people in the juvenile justice system. Mentors help them find their way and develop a plan for their future.
But when they go back to the same environment, it's difficult. But we send them back with some resources that can help them break those patterns.
It was in one of these programs Ollie and a group of teens were given an exercise. Afterward, he realized where things had gone wrong for him.
They would name off, like list off, like if you had both parents in the house, take 2 steps forward. If you only had one parent in the house, take a step back. And seeing myself like close to the back, I kind of felt, I felt like it wasn't fair, like I didn't have a fair chance.
The 19-year-old father is now trying to break the cycle. He's finishing school and taking parenting classes. He wants to be a father his son can look up to and give his son a fighting chance. Well, he definitely has a powerful story to tell, and to put things into perspective, it costs $90,000 to incarcerate a youth for 1 year. Right now, there are 300 kids in custody, totaling $27 million a year. That is taxpayer money that would be better spent on preventative and early intervention programs that First 5 Fresno County supports. And if you would like to get involved or you want to help your child, then you can ask an expert a question tomorrow night during our 6 o'clock newscast. We're hosting a phone bank for you to call in and get your questions answered. The number there is on the screen for Thursday's phone bank, and we'll start taking calls at 6 o'clock.
That was really interesting, and we really do wish him all the best. It sounds like he's really dedicated to what he's doing.
You know, he is so on track, and just talking to him, he is such an inspiring young man, and he really wants to do well in life, and you just can't help but root for Ollie.
Yeah, absolutely. Still ahead, Rob's going to give us a look at the current traffic conditions.
Plus, why American Airlines is saying its reservation system is to blame for thousands of canceled or delayed flights yesterday.
Someone's going to the movies.
Yeah, ticket giveaway coming up, Pamela. Is that what you're trying to say?
All right, thanks so much. KSEE Sunrise time, 6:50.
And here is your forecast for today. A high of 72 out there. Windy conditions still, but they should end by tomorrow. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But still, sunny skies, 72 degrees.
All right, and Rob's going to give us our final check of traffic. Good morning.
Good morning. Things looking better. The accident on 99 in Clinton wrapped up. Still working the one, though, at 41 in Central. with a minor injury accident, big rig in a car involved, but it should clear hopefully pretty soon. Rescue Drive looks great right now. You can see the freeways moving along fine. Green for all the freeways, 41, 168, 180, 99. Even look at the traffic here at 41 McKinley. No problems at all, both directions through there. Sun starts to come up. And it looks good in the North Valley as well. No problems as you make your way through Madera, Chowchilla up to Merced. Even 152 showing no problems, so we are enjoying a nice drive now. That's look at traffic. Karina and Faith, back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. A computer system used to run many daily operations at American Airlines failed yesterday.
That forced the nation's third largest carrier to ground all flights across the country for several hours. Thousands of frustrated passengers were stranded at airports and on planes. The airline CEO has issued a public apology on the company's YouTube channel.
One of the iconic voices in American sports died yesterday, and Sweet Caroline filled baseball parks across the country.
Pamela joins us once again with a look at what's trending. Good morning.
Good morning, guys, and everybody at home. Pat Summerall, former NFL player and broadcaster, died in a hospital near Dallas.
Good afternoon, and it really is. I'm Pat Summerall along with John Madden.
He's best known as being the NFL play-by-play announcer along with John Madden, and he passed away at the age of 82. A moving tribute took place on baseball fields across the country last night. Here's video from the Yankees game. Well, it's a Red Sox tradition to play Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond at the bottom of the 8th at Fenway Park. Similar scenes took place at other games across the country. Neil Diamond tweeted about this. He thanked everyone who went ahead and posted. And this is something else that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are showing their love to Boston, and there is a Love to Boston run and walk that's taking place in Fresno. People are meeting at Sierra Running Company. It's coming up on this weekend at 7:30 a.m. on April 21st. And if you know of an event, go ahead and let us know, and we will share that on the news. There's also a news site that's popped up on Facebook. It's called Pray for Boston. I want to point out that you want to be a little bit cautious of sites that pop up, although most of them have good intentions. Never donate money to any of these sites online, only through an organization that's recognized, such as the Red Cross. The Man of Steel trailer is out. The team tweeted he will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. Here's a look at that trailer.
My father believed if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me.
Well, the movie looks action-packed, and it comes out June 14th. But before that, Iron Man 3 comes out. It comes out in early May, but we have some passes that we are going to be giving away. I think we have just a few of them. This is coming up next week, so you definitely want to tune in to KSEE Sunrise next week. Well, tomorrow is Throwback Thursday. If you have a photo you want to get to me, go ahead and post it on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Pamela Prado, KSEE24. Psy's new Gentleman has broken a record on YouTube. Even letting 10 seconds play of it, I still don't think it's as good as Gangnam Style. The South Korean pop star now has 117 million views for his new Gentleman video that's posted on YouTube. He broke Justin Bieber's record for having the most music video views in 24 hours. Bieber had 8 million for Boyfriend. Psy had twice that, more than twice that. He had 20 million.
Out. You know, is Justin Bieber losing his touch?
I don't know. 80 million is still a lot.
Yeah.
I do have to say that it has a catchy beat.
Really?
I do.
So thumbs up, I see.
It was hard to sit still while listening to that song.
But there's something about the moves that don't quite.
No, the moves aren't
Gangnam
the same.
Style.
No, nothing like riding a horse, right? All right, still ahead, we're going to have a final check of the forecast.
Plus, Matt will wrap things up from The Rock, a.k.a. Fire Station 3 in Fresno.